Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to Business. Now, head of global markets at Stanbic Bank, Efwachumwa Bule, is advising businesses that depend heavily on foreign exchange to limit the movement of currencies so they can hedge against the cedi's depreciation. He was speaking at the Stanbic Bank Trade Series event held in Accra.
The cedi has been attributed to both internal and external factors that either directly or indirectly affect the local currency. Unfortunately, it is said that businesses have no or minimal control over the depreciating trends. According to head of global market at Stanbic Bank, Efwachumwa Bule, businesses can have some control over the movement of currencies.
Externally, as a country, we are very exposed to external investors. We do have close to 30% of our local bonds held by foreign investors, which means that whatever is happening on that external front directly affects us. So to the extent that we are 30% exposed, if for any reason there's something happening externally, it could be reposition or rebalancing of portfolio managers' portfolios. So to the extent that I need to reduce what I'm holding in emerging markets or frontier markets as a hedge fund, it could affect Ghana, and we have no control over that. So in a nutshell, what I'm saying is that there are lots of factors that affect the currency, most of which we have no control over as businesses or as individuals. So there's a need for us to do something about that. So we're telling businesses that we know there's a significant portion of their business that is dependent on foreign currency, and therefore movements in the currency does affect them adversely. It is in their interest to ensure that they take control of that bit, and that can only be done by hedging those positions out, either partially or in full.
She also reiterated the high level of imports in the country supported the need to increase exports.
As far as we are demanding that foreign currency, the price will continue to go high. How do we ratify that in the long term would mean us looking for substitutes for some of the things we import. It's not something that can be done overnight. We have to radically change some of the things we do, from our agribusiness to our thinking to the way our psyche as individuals in Ghana would have to change for us to develop and find alternatives of what our tastes are outside the shores of Ghana. So once that is done over time, then we'd get there. In the short while, it would be to increase exports just to get more flow coming in.
The managing director of Stanlib, an investment subsidiary of Stanbic, Emmanuel Alexiao Isiedu, advised businesses to endeavor to make the right choices when going to the capital market. According to him, the central bank's intervention in the banking sector comes as an advantage to some investment firms.
There's a process that is ongoing. The central bank has injected funding into the system to bail out the banks. Because those banks are being bailed out, if you're an investor who would put in your money with an investment firm, and that investment firm is exposed to those banks, in theory, then they should also be getting some amount of liquidity. The regulator is also trying to do a number of things. I mean, better investor education, better investment firm education, raising of minimum capital requirements, tighter regulations and guidelines. And so we're not where we want to be, but I would want to think that we have gotten over the worst of it.
The Stanbic Bank Trade Series is organized to inform businesses on the key trends in the economy to enhance trade.
Now, the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers Ghana (COPEG) has inspected some petrol filling stations at the Greater Accra region found culpable for under-delivering fuel to customers among areas visited Alajo, Sakaman and McCarthy Hills. This follows a statement released by the Ghana Standards Authority naming some oil marketing companies for not adhering to measuring standards. Duncan Amwa is Executive Secretary of COPEG.
Some clearly have rectified whatever anomalies that existed. You can say for Total, like you just saw, you can say Goil has done an impeccable job. Others too, is a storytelling situation. Even the 10-liter can, they don't have. Some are operating in very funny conditions. And so those ones, we will go back to the GSA and even put our recommendations back to them. But what we have seen today, some are living up to what the consumer expects. Others are also doing their own thing altogether, and we'll put all of that together shortly. People are not either investing in their stations, or others are deliberately tired of, putting in money, and their systems are just failing. With the exception of what we've seen now with Goil and Total. I think the others have been quite abysmal. We think that the sanctions.
And that's all in business for now. Bringing some more business in our subsequent bulletins. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji Riafi. Back to Benny.
Thank you very much. Coming up shortly in sports, we review the Toronto Raptors' first NBA title and preview international friendlies ahead of the Africa Cup of Nations.